Alright, I had a couple people on my YouTube channel ask me to make a video about the electronics pod. It's pretty easy to do. It's not bad at all. I personally went with the Garmin Striker 4CV only because I had just spent a bunch of money on the kayak and on the 180 Hobie pedal drive, so I kind of cheaped out a little bit on the unit. If I could go back, I'd probably go side view, which I might in the future, but the setup kind of works for like any unit pretty much. So we're gonna start from the bottom up. Pretty easy on the Garmin unit. You can see the transducer fits perfectly in there. You can turn this plate around if you want. Or you could do what I did, which was drill a hole exactly where the mounting holes are. And that way, there's no way it can slide forward and backward on these holes that it comes with. Transducer wire comes up through the back. You could use another one of these glands, waterproof glands, or you can cut the tiniest little notch, I don't know if you can see that, in the box, and then the transducer wire goes up and in. All the wires are in the box. That's the transducer wire right there. All the power wires. You just need the power and the ground. All the other ones you can just block off. Those are pretty much that if you want to have two or more units talking to each other, like on a bass boat or something, you have a bow mount unit and then you have one by the console or something like that, so you don't really need them in the kayak. It already comes pre-fused, so you don't have to worry about that. You do want to use all waterproof connections. Zip tied it together. I connected the voltmeter and this together. Both go into an SAE port. SAE port to another SAE port that goes directly to the battery with the spade connectors. The battery I used is a cheap cabelas battery. They consider it or call it the cabelas deer feeder battery. It's an 8 amp hour. It's not very heavy at all. Fits in the box. It's not lithium, but it's not very heavy because of its size. Fits in the box perfectly with room to spare. And that's it. And then I did cut a pool noodle up in there, so that way when you put the battery in, that cut up piece of pool noodle, I just shove it in there on the side, and it kind of stops the battery from moving around. And then all the wires can get tucked in over here behind the battery. Everything gets tucked in, and then you see the little notch there for the transducer wire, which is the only one coming from outside the box. That fits right in there. I use the waterproof glands. You can get them on Amazon. I bought a pack. I can't remember exactly what size they were, 1.25" or something like that. I forget. You do have to take the rubber pieces off that it comes with. I just added a little silicone before I screwed them on. Then you got the voltmeter. That's also a dual USB charger, and that turns on by its separately. I'll close this up. From there I went to a Mighty Mount, Yak Attack Mighty Mount, that's through bolted with washers backing it up, so there's no way it can come out or break. Mighty Mount. to the Yak Attack as well, Garmin mount, which is the round one. And this, you can turn it, you can twist it up and down. So this is the transducer and the power wire coming out of the glands. I just cut up a rod sock. So this is the end of the rod sock. I cut it up to the size, and then I burnt the ends with the lighter so that way it wouldn't fray over time. I did go with the Burley Pro visor as well. If you do go with the Burley Pro and you have a Garmin 4, Striker 4, just be careful because they do have a 4 and a 4CV Burley Pro visor. I learned that the hard way because mine is for the 4, not the 4CV. So as you can see, I double stick taped it and I had to Dremel it a little bit because the 4CV connects to a bolt here and a bolt up here where the 4 has different bolt pattern. I wasn't going to go through returning it and stuff, so I just used the industrial side or industrial strength double-sided tape, put some pieces there, and that works perfectly. That's pretty much it, man. It's pretty easy. It's not that hard to do. Just make sure you're wiring everything correctly. Positive to positive, negative to negative. That's pretty much all you need to know. Make sure that the power is fused. You don't want to burn the unit up if something happens. If you short it out, obviously the fuse will pop first, and you can just change the fuse. All in all, it's pretty easy to do. I know a lot of people always have questions about this actual mod, and I know a ton of people have done it. But it's pretty easy, not bad at all. All right, good luck.